So about a week ago, I was tidying my bedroom, and if you looked at my bedroom now, you would not think that statement was true, but it was. But one of the requirements, because I had to tidy my bedroom to get the books that I'd ordered for the books for the holidays readathon, because I couldn't actually pay for them. So my mum was like, "I'll pay for them if you tidy your room." And one of the requirements was to shut my bureau. And I managed to do that. It's open now, and I don't think it'll be shut again for a very long time. But I did manage to shut it. But under the thing, there's like a cupboard, and so we were sorting through that to see what we could put in there. And I found some of my old notebooks, and collections of my poorly written literature from when I was about 10. I think some of these are like, I think this one is from when I was like 8 through to when I was 10 or 11. This one's from when I was 9, and then the last one I think is from when I was 10. So yeah, this, by the way, this is not all. I have a notebook addiction, and a lot of those notebooks are filled with like half-written stories. So if this does well and people enjoy it, then we can definitely do a part 2 and possibly a part 3 and stuff, just because there are so many. But basically these are all like some stories that I've written, or some poems, I think. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first one is from when I was 8 or 9, I think. I had to do this in school, in primary school, and we had to make a pop-up book. So I made this one called "Why Don't We Go on Holiday?" So yeah, let's open it. Oh. Right, there we go. They're all, I think they're a bit embarrassed to be on screen. Sit up. Stop it. Stage fright. Okay. There. It was a bit tiring just living in 63 House Road in London. So the Berkeley House Road, very creative name. So the Berkeley family decided to go on holiday. "Why don't we go to Japan?" asked Daddy. "Or we could go to France," suggested Mummy. "Rainforest," said baby Daisy. Everyone liked that idea, so they started packing. Oh, this one. Got a plane going into a cloud. On the plane, Daisy met a girl called Luna, who was staying in a treehouse near the Amazon River, and the Berkeleys were staying in a treehouse near there. What are the chances? At their treehouse, they climbed up the ladder and unpacked. Then Mummy said, "Daisy, why don't you go and explore?" So Daisy went. Keep in mind, she's about 6 and she's exploring the Amazon rainforest by herself. That does not sound safe, but oh well. Oh. Daisy went and found Luna, and they went off to explore it, when suddenly, squawk. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, it's all falling apart. Okay. So they went swimming in the Amazon, because when they get scared of a big bird, that is what you do. I don't know if you can even swim in the Amazon. Back at the airport in England, Luna and Daisy had to say goodbye. The end, though. Yeah. Interesting story. I think I made another pop-up that's like at home, but I don't know where it is. It's probably in the recycling, or probably been recycled. But yes, that's interesting. Now on to a good thing. Oh, this masterpiece. You can already tell like how amazing it's going to be from the drawings on the back. Okay. So we first of all have a drawing here. I'm covering this up because it includes my full name and I don't want to share that. Oh, beautiful. There's a dragon and fairies, I think. Yeah, they have wings. They're probably fairies. Who knows? Okay, so we have some drawings. I think a lot of these are just like unfinished drawings. Not at all a waste of paper. So environmentally friendly. Because... Okay. Ivy and the Fantastic Friend. Chapter 1. What a lovely spring day, cried Ivy. That's it. That's it. I told you a lot of these are unfinished. Oh, we have a little weather diary here. 3 days and some cats. Nice. Wow, such an artist. Oh, we have some fashion designs. With names as well. Bows. All very old-fashioned. Oh, and I tried to copy out The Secret Garden. Only did like the first paragraph. I'm gonna skim through a few bits. So. Okay. The Diary of Amelia. It looks the wrong way round on the camera, but I think I just read Diary of a Wimpy Kid for the first time and was like, let's do my own version of it. So, Chapter 1. Hi, my name is Amelia and I hate brushing my hair, because that's necessary information. Amelia Wells, brush your hair and get dressed. That was Mum. I hate my school uniform, it's so tight. That came out of nowhere. Then there's a picture of Amelia and her family. She's a lot of siblings. I have a mirror twin, I think I meant identical twin, which wasn't on that picture. She is called Amelie. The only way to tell the difference is she has a scar on her lip and I don't. I was very bad at grammar. Like, there are no full stops in this story. I'd have been about 8 now. Me and Amelie both have our ears pierced. Again, very necessary information. And then we have a drawing of their bedroom. It was a bit of a weird bedroom. Yeah. It's market day, obviously. Why wouldn't it be market day? And I'm just getting into my coach. Emily is getting into hers and Mum is getting into hers. I think they're very posh. I'm not sure when this is set. But, because like from the first bit, it seems like it's set like around now. And then this bit is suddenly Victorian England. I got a new dress from Market. It's my birthday and Amelie's and we are having a massive party. I'm curling my hair now. Oh, I think that's it. Right, let's find some more. Okay, and here we have something very memorable. I just read Percy Jackson for the first time and wanted to do my own version of it. Yeah, it's about Athena. It's about Athena's daughter. Except a different Athena's daughter. I definitely got the inspiration from Percy Jackson. Chapter 1. So class, Mrs. De Vicado announced, today we have a spelling test. Most people sighed, but I sat up straight in my seat, a huge grin taking over my face. Don't laugh. I love school and learning and tests, exams, roles, textbooks, etc., etc. Don't call me weird for liking those things. I'm the Greek goddess of wisdom's daughter. The end. That is a very memorable thing though, because I had clearly just read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief probably for the first time, so I can't judge myself for that because it's yeah. Okay. Next one. It's called St. Bertha's Girls. I remember doing this. I think I had an older friend and she just read The School of Good and Evil and she was telling me about what happened and I decided to write my own version, except she only told me the first bit, so I didn't really understand what was going on, but I tried to piece it together and stuff, so yeah. Chapter 1. Every Every year on the tiny island of Glonchanamed, after Glonda, the head girl of the island. That doesn't make... Why is there a head girl of the island? Who knows? 3 8-year-old girls would get taken. See, the fact that they are 8-year-old girls suggests that I was 8 at the time. Because, like, when I was younger, I'd only write about people the same age as me. 3 8-year-old girls would get taken. Where they went, nobody said. Ugh, I don't know when to stop because there are no full stops. All children under 8 were scared, but 3 in particular were very scared. Their names were Eloise, Anna, and Alexia. They shared a birthday but were not sisters. Eloise had hair as gold as summer hay and skin pale as vellum. How did I know what that is? I don't even know what vellum is now. I'm going to check that up later. And eyes as blue as the clear sky. Anna had hair just like night. It was in a bob, though. Skin very light pink and eyes brown as brown, I suppose. How creative of me. You can't say I'm not creative, you know. Eyes brown as brown, that is quite the simile. And Alexia looked just like Anna, but with hair to her waist. Their 8th birthday was the next day. That night they all met and were extremely scared. That morning, Eloise woke up to the doorbell ringing. She went downstairs. Her parents were awake. As I said, no full stops. Ah! Who was at the door, she asked her parents. Oh, who was at the door, she asked her parents. Dad went and came back, saying that Eloise had to go. The same things happened to Anna and Alexia. They all flew on a magic carpet to 2 castles, one pink, one black. A bridge was connecting them. When they landed, a witch girl took Anna and Alexia into the black castle, and a queen with a big nose led Eloise into the pink one. She was shown her locker, I think that says, where there was a day bed and bags of clothes, obviously. You know, that is what they have in lockers. I think I just watched Barbie Princess Charm School, and that was what it was like in, like, their locker, I think. I can just about remember that. I loved Barbie Princess Charm School when I was a kid. So I assume that all lockers were like that. So, yes. Choose any dress, Queen Nosy told her. Creative name. Eloise chose a dress, then followed everyone to the Great Hall. It's hard to read my handwriting. Where she stood up and received a tiara. Meanwhile, Alexia and Anna were getting witch hats. For lunch they all had tomato soup, then for supper they had roast beef. Then Eloise and the other princesses got led into a room with thousands of 4-poster beds, and girls all ages over 8, but there were no 9 to 10-year-olds. So Eloise asked Tilly, who was 11, where they went, and Tilly said, they go to be servants when they are 8. Next morning, Eloise woke up to see lots of girls crowded around her. Yeah. Oh, Princess Poppy! Oh my god, there are books, like, digging into my back. It hurts. Okay, number 1. Being a princess can be hard. There are tough, I think that says decisions. You have to decide whenever a member of the public sees you, they won't leave you alone, so I try to blend in. I wear normal clothes, never wear a tiara or high heels, and don't have my hair done in a fancy way. As I'm a princess, you might think I'm spoiled. I could be spoiled, but I'm not. I'm allowed to have anything I wish for, but I don't want to be fat and keep saying I want all the time. Like, for example, my cousin Evelina. She has broken a world record for the fattest girl ever, obviously. I have 3 other cousins, all normal sized tummies. Lola, Beatrice and Faith. Wow. Amazing. Evelina even has her own tower. One layer is connected to her parents' tower. Wow. Her servants carry her everywhere. Her weight is 40 stone, but recently she won a donut eating competition with a total of 1,482 donuts. So now she is 199 stone, which is fat. So weird. Me, Lola, Faith, Beatrice and Evelina's parents all had to go to India. Shout out to everyone that's watching that lives in India, because I know there are a lot of people. Yeah, look out for Princess Poppy's parents. Okay, for 5 weeks, so we are all staying, tense change. So we are all staying at Evelina's house because her parents are still there during these 5 weeks. It will be Halloween and I will be a rag doll. I haven't seen Evelina since I was 7 2 years ago, so she might have changed a bit. I am on the train to Manchester now where Evelina lives. There should have been a full stop. It's really annoying reading my old writing. Because I had no idea what punctuation was, I had no idea what tense was. It's just like, ugh. We have only just got on the train, so it will be 3 hours till we get to Manchester. From Manchester, we will get a coach to Evelina's house. Evelina is 13 at the moment, and she is going to wear clothes which make her look like an adult for our welcome party. Yes, chav. We have finally arrived at her house. Her butler answers the door. Then she shows us out to our rooms. I have an amazing room all to myself. I need to take a break. Okay, still same story. A bowl of ice cream and a glass of lemonade is out for me already. I am at the welcome party and Evelina is just about to arrive. I wrote quite a lot, to be honest. Like, considering... Ugh. You know, that's a lot for me. Especially when I was 9. It is 3 days after we arrived here, and it's 7:30 a.m, almost time for breakfast, and I'm taking great pleasure in watching Evelina run around chasing Faith in a game of It. It is breakfast time now, and we are having my favourites. Pancakes, yummy! We are now adding the finishing touches to our Halloween costumes. Lola the vampire, Faith the mummy, Beatrice the witch, Evelina the pumpkin, and Poppy, me, the rag doll. And some drawings, that one as well. I think that's the end of the story. That's a shame, isn't it? Oh, next one. The imaginary organisation. There once was a girl called Izzy who didn't have any friends at school. She found it quite hard to make friends with people, especially because she was different to everyone else. She always wished for a friend who was like her and didn't think her and all her ideas were crazy. And we have a lovely drawing. Her head looks like a potato. Oh, that reminds me. Of like, I think it's this Tom Gates book. There's a bit where he has to wear a hamster, and he looks like. Ugh, I don't know, where is it? There we go. That you cannot tell me that doesn't look like that. Like. Then one night, in bed, she wished, and all things around her went quiet, and before there was time to be scared, poof, a girl appeared. I think you'd be scared. More random drawings. Oh, here we have a story map, because I decided to plan out a story that I never wrote. Maybe I should use that to try and write. To try and write a story. Anyway, alone. They've all gone. Everyone has left. I don't know where to, how long, or even why. I know nothing. The end. It's an interesting story. Okay. I'm bored, Alicia moans. So am I, Ruby agrees. They spot me staring at my phone. That's a great idea. By the way, this doesn't have a name. Ruby starts. Going on social media never makes you bored, Alicia finishes. Honestly, those two are so stupid. They knew I was finishing my photo project. Seriously? Well, you know what I'm doing. Or you would if you listened to me, I exclaimed, standing up. We start making our way to Alice's, where she's holding a massive sleepover. Oh, orange, no friends. The fruits of the world can only be friends with things that rhyme. Banana was besties with Sultana, grape was friends with every ape. Pineapple worked well with apple, but orange couldn't find anyone. When he was a pip, he was friends with every drip. Since he turned into a proper orange, he'd had no one to play with. He tried to be friends with Apple but was told to skedaddle. He chanced with Grape but got told not to speak to the face because Grape is sassy. Don't speak to the face. He tried Banana but got told he was a right nana, so he just let himself be lonely. Just as he was starting to rot, he decided he'd try looking all over the house. Orange was nervous as he hadn't left a fruit bowl since the supermarket. The end. By the way, when I say the end, it means that's as much as I wrote. And then we have the whole scene. Oh, there's also a caterpillar there. Yeah, that's this notebook as well. We have one final one from when I was 10, I think, so about 3 years ago. Okay. So, there's here when I was doing a sponsored silence to raise money for children in need, apparently. There's a lot of writing and stuff, and I was just doing this. Oh, we have a poem about Christmas. It's that time again, the funnest of the year, where everyone around you is always of good cheer. Children playing, bells ringing, carols singing. Oh, how wonderful, no one could be thunderful. And then at the end of the day, you hang up your stockings for presents to play. Nice. Oh, we have another poem. I think this one has a lot more poems because I was getting into poetry a bit more. A dream I had. As clear, the light blue sky. Sweet little birds gently fly. Soft, perfect bunnies hopping around. Wind blowing tunefully, the only sound. A sparkling blue river rushing about. Fresh country air, without a doubt. Wake up, get dressed, my dream disturbed. More than wind can be heard. The world awakes, and so does me. My dream is now just history. I wish a dream could go on forever. A dream in my world, end never. I'm actually quite proud of that. That's pretty good, especially considering I was 10 when I wrote that. Oh, we have another one called Santa, You're Here. What's it? Drawing. Oh, the opening paragraph. I remember I was so proud of it and I took so much time of it. Everyone wants to be a child of Santa, don't they? Maybe most people do. Who doesn't? But if you are a child of Santa, then don't you think you'd want to be normal? Wouldn't you wish that you weren't surrounded? By the way, I was writing a Christmas story because my class had just read The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher, and I know that I have the book. I'm not sure where it is though. It might be over there, but I do have it because I got it for Christmas that year because I got so obsessed with it and decided to write my own version of The Christmasaurus, except slightly different. Wouldn't you wish you could live a normal life in a normal place? Wouldn't you want to go to an ordinary school with ordinary children? Wouldn't you wish Santa's magic seemed more magical? Think about it. Think harder, and be careful what you wish for. Holly had 4 older brothers. She had 19-year-old Chris, 16-year-old Steve, 14-year-old Arthur, and 12-year-old Noel. They were all in line to be Santa, but Holly wasn't. Why would she be Santa? She was a girl, but a very special girl, for she was Santa's one daughter, and had inherited Santa's magic. No one knows this yet, though, not even Holly. Trust me. All 10 years of her life she hadn't known, but don't worry, she will. Aha, Santa yawned on the 1st of December. Today we start preparing the sleigh, and of course eating the first Chocky Wocky in my advent calendar. I'm so proud of the character of Santa as well. I still love him. Yes, dearie, his wife replied, smiling before turning over to sleep in. Santa slipped on his slippers, pulled up his reindeer pants, and fastened his dressing gown. And when I say reindeer pants, I mean the ones that light up and sing jingle bells every time you sit down. I want some of those. He reached for his semicircle glasses and hooked them behind his ears, wincing as they scraped his cheek. Finally, Santa opened his advent calendar and smiled. It was his favourite type of Christmas thing, his face. Now you might think this is just a bit vain. This was a bit vain. It is. But actually he's just... There's a picture of Santa. He just felt a warm flutter in his heart every time he saw something about him. It made him think back to how much he had achieved. He polished off his chocolate in world record speed and set off down the corridor, knocking on each door as he went. As soon as she heard the knock, Holly got dressed and did her hair. She went into the dining room where her friends Lily and James were waiting. I've just got a Harry Potter flashback. Where her friends Lily and James were waiting. Holly found a clean bowl and spoon and poured her crunchy Krispies, but couldn't help noticing the elves whispering and staring. She checked that she was wearing her jeans and pants. Check. She'd brushed her hair. Check. So what was it? Do you think he's told her? One elf muttered to another. Of course not. She's probably only heard a knock from him today. The other replied. He barely looks like her, so he wouldn't notice. Another one whispered a bit too loudly. Holly was starting to get annoyed, but tried desperately to ignore it. After more loud mumbles, Kesa, the worst elf, shouted, Santa probably doesn't know what she looks like. He barely notices she's alive. In fact, he probably doesn't know she's alive. Holly wouldn't stand for this. She stood up and roared, Can people stop talking about me behind my back? Whatever is wrong about me, you can say it to me. She felt her cheeks turning red with rage. I can hear you very clearly. Elves are terrible whisperers. Holly ran out of the room, tears dropping ferociously. I kind of want to, rewrite this story. She wished she could have someone who knew how it felt, but no one did. No one could know. No one was Santa's daughter, except her. Holly kept on running and banged into a big red thing. She bounced off it and fell to the floor. Holly stared up and realised what it was that she'd run into. Santa. Oi, careful, I've just eaten my breakfast. Now explain why you aren't eating yours, huh? Santa led her into his workshop, the cosiest room in the whole world. He sat down and opened a biscuit tin, beckoning for his daughter to take a seat. Offering her a biscuit, he said, Okay, tell me all. Holly took a double oozy woozy fudge chocolate caramel and stuffed cookie and took a bite as she explained everything. Oh, Holly, don't worry. They've always got some sort of secret which only the elves know. Santa comforted her. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. Come in. Standing there was the smallest elf, Pop. Sorry to bother you, he began, but I have some post for you. Leave it by the door, Santa boomed as Pop scurried away. Now why don't you help me sort through the post, Santa said, passing a letter to Holly. Okay, she replied. She started to open the letter, carefully ripping open the envelope. Holly began to read, but suddenly heard a child reading it for her. Holly thought it must just be some magic, but still wasn't sure. She was confused by this, though. She'd never been able to do it before. Holly ignored it and got on with writing a reply. Dear Santa, I definitely changed my handwriting to write this letter and now I can't read it. Dear Santa, this year I've had braces put in and got glasses. When I first got both, people kept teasing me and made it really hard. My voice sounds really funny and I've basically got 4 eyes. I hope I'm on the good list, Santa, because I've been a very good girl. This year I'd really like a real life puppy. Oh, and a best friend. I genuinely can't read that name. I have a feeling I made it up. And it's in really bad loopy handwriting to make it look like someone else wrote it. So, dear, whatever that name is, it sounds like you've had a bad time and need some Christmas cheer. I'm writing on behalf of Santa and need a friend too. My name is Holly. I'm about your age and would love a reply. We'll try our best to give you what you want, but we can't promise anything. From Holly, Santa's daughter. Within a week, Holly received a letter. She'd just finished off a bauble from her advent calendar when there was a knock at the door. A Rudolph reindeer postman was there, holding a letter out addressed to Holly Claus. Rudolph is now an established businessman in the North Pole. He owns a post, the reindeer supplies, the line of igloo shops down the iceway. I don't think that was necessary. I think we could have just left it as Rudolph reindeer. Oh my god. I can't talk. I've got to take a break quickly. Okay. She hardly ever got post, except from Dancer the Reindeer, who'd been touring the world as a pop star and was constantly sending her a picture of him on stage and a short letter telling her about every performance. But she could tell this wasn't typed in from a reindeer. You really thought they wrote? No. Dear Holly, I was amazed to get a reply and couldn't believe how much we have in common. I got some new classes especially for Christmas and love them. What would you like? Because I might be able to get you something. The name. Yeah. Oh, and that's the end. I really want to just rewrite that. I feel like that would be so fun. And that was a quiz. The grass swayed. Oh, this is a poem. The grass swayed, the trees waved, the wind blew, the clouds grew. All was silent until a scream filled the air, followed by a blur of hair. It hid behind a bush. Then came the whoosh. A yellow bobble hat ran around. It jumped up high, then crawled to the ground. It went behind the bush and yelled, "I found you!" And then the two of them raced up the hill, followed by a yellow coat. Again there was no sound, no screams, no children running around. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know where the yellow bobble hat came from, but fun. Okay, that's all. I do have loads more though. So, I've just done 3 notebooks, or one of them isn't a notebook, one of them's like an actual story, but that I made. But if you enjoy this video, please let me know, because I think it would be really fun to do a part 2, and I have a lot of notebooks and stuff that we could use for it. So yeah. I'm currently creating my own book tag. I'm not gonna say what it's about, but if I can, I'll hopefully have it up tomorrow, so watch out for that. But yeah, that's all. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe. I'd really enjoy it. Appreciate it, I don't know. And also leave a like to let me know that you enjoyed this video, because I really want to know. And if you didn't like it, leave me a dislike, that's fine. Yeah. And as always, if you have any book or video recommendations, leave them in the comments, because I'm always in need of both. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. Bye!